Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just a
body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him actually he was crying in there.
You were saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. We are live with Jermell, Charlo, Tony Harrison, Jermall, Charlo, and Willie Monroe Jr. It is the media conference call for the Charlo brothers. We have them live on the line. We'll connect them in a few seconds. The conference call is on. Ray Flores is speaking now, but I'm going to introduce my co-host.
BoxingVoice.com. I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, the Mark Anthony era. I've been through all the eras. And I still think how much you talking.
Yeah, we're going to do the nice international media conference call of the primetime showdown between the Charlos and the opponents on December 22nd on primetime Fox. So we're going to get that on. So what's up, Mike?
Man, y'all know me. I don't need no introduction in this. Ride business, cross my city straight, buddies and bitch. What's up, man? We got the Jermell and Jermall, Charlo, and Willie Monroe and Tony Harrison media call. So let's just go ahead and get into it. No need for me to talk.
And we'll be taking your calls immediately after for your thoughts. And you can put your questions in the chat in case we get an opportunity to, have our call or our question answered. FYI, not my connection. That is definitely their conference call connection.
And now it's kind of hard to hear you. Can you, when I first spoke to you, it was either here. Continue.
I don't know why you can't hear me, but anyways, I'm just thankful to be on this show, be on the card with, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? I don't want to.
Yeah, that's much better, much better.
Yeah, so anyways, I want to, say thank you just to everybody that's, made it through camp and doing what you got to do. This has been a long camp. It's been big, it's been bright. And
they really need to get his audio under control. That just sounds horrible.
The talents that we all have.
Thank you very much, Jermell. Before we introduce Jermell's adversary, Tony Harrison, I want to go ahead and mention that the Charlo brothers yesterday held a major media workout and a toy drive last night. Floyd Mayweather was in attendance as well. They were down in their native home city of Houston, and they got almost 1,000 toys for kids in Houston. So I think that was such a wonderful effort by the Charlo brothers and what they do for the community down in Houston. Now let's go back and focus once again on December 22nd with PBC on Fox. We'll talk about a young man who is from Detroit, Michigan. He's very hungry. He's a former world title challenger, coming off of 3 straight victories in a row. Please welcome Tony Superbad Harrison.
Hi, everybody doing, man. Like I said, it's a pleasure for me to get back on the stage. It's rare you see a challenger get 2 shots at a title. And, just for Jermell for being the champion that he is, for giving me the opportunity, Fox, Al Heyman, this is a great fight for the fans. And it shows, the kind of world champion you're dealing with in Charlo. And, to take a fight like this, seeing something that, him and his team sees. And, December 22nd, I know it's going to be just a dynamic fight. It's, the abilities is going to be unlimited in the ring. What I possess and what he possesses. So, I'm just looking for a great night. Like he said, I'm glad he made it out, to camp healthy. And I made it out healthy. He's probably in great shape. I'm in great shape. There's no excuses on this side. Hopefully there's none on that side. And we just going to possess a good night of fighting. getting ready for the Christmas, and I applaud Charlo for doing the exact same thing I'm doing with the community. So it's bigger than boxing, and kudos to the Charlo brothers. And December 22nd is going to be a great night of fighting.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay, let's open it up for questions, operator.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions at this time, please press *1 on your telephone keypad. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press *1 on your telephone keypad.
Yo, y'all want me to press *1? Y'all got that fire?
Yeah. Check it up.
From the Houston Chronicle, please go.
All right, my hand raised for you, Mike.
This question is for Jermell. Mel, if you get past Tony Harrison, how likely is it you're going to face Jarrett Hurd in the future?
Jarrett Hurd is another fighter that we looking to fight in 2019, but Jarrett Hurd, wants to fight someone else, possibly in his hometown, and build up a little bit more. I don't know why he's taking forever to get ready for that fight, but I guess that it should happen soon.
Okay, does Jaime Manguia factor into your future at all?
No, I don't even think about that kid. Don't know him. He's with a whole different company, and with boxing being such a ununifying, sport, we can't. It's not something that I know that I'll get that chance to. This guy is signed with Golden Boy Promotions. They're across the pond over there, really, right now, and unless they just make something really work, then that's a fight that possibly could take its course. But right now, he's nowhere in my future.
Okay. Is this something we can expect in the future, that you and your brother fighting on the co-main event in the card? Is this kind of a repackaging of your brand?
It could be whatever the fans want to, or fans that appears and people want to think. Normally we fight on cards together. We've done this a lot in our careers, so it's comfortable. But we normally like to build our legacy separately. It's been different. We have different oppositions that we face, and it's not something that we continue to. It was just around the time of us being both, on our season, getting back into boxing, and we both could take a fight at the same time. So it was perfect to put us on the same card.
Okay, and this is a question that's on everyone's mind. Mayweather went to your event last night. Is she gonna sign you guys after December 22nd?
We could possibly do some business together, but it won't be anything when it comes on to being signed by Mayweather. I haven't spoken with anyone on getting signed by Mayweather, but unless Mayweather want to make a mega deal and do something different in the world, I could possibly take his close. Nah, we ain't interested. I'm with Lions Only, and I'm here to build my brand and build my professional company up.
Thank you, Mel.
Our next question is going to come from Keith Eidig from theboxingscene.com. Please go ahead.
Yes, my question is for Jermell. Jermell, what do you remember from Tony Harrison's performance against Jarrett Hurd, particularly in maybe the first half of the fight, when he may have been doing better in the fight? What do you remember from that?
Tony Harrison is a fighter that he throws punches, and I'm not Jarrett Hurd. You know what I mean? My skills of boxing is way different. My style of boxing is different, and I definitely don't really care what he did. I remember fighting it myself and paying attention to that fight in the dressing room, and I was rooting for Tony because it came out like the dude wanted to win, and that's what I like about Tony. So, and I like for fighters to come in there with that mentality of fighting, wanting to win, and I know that's what he comes and possesses. So, he was winning the beginning of the fight. Whatever happened, and that was all she wrote. You know what I mean? And he's a different fighter. Come be second because his styles make fight.
Jermell, obviously, both of you guys do things in your own communities in Houston and Detroit. Tony was just mentioning how much he respects you and your brother, what you guys are doing down in your hometown. Can you maybe speak to what he does in Detroit in the community?
Yeah, he owns a gym, which is dope. I think I opened the boxing gym maybe a year or 2 years before him, and I actually pay attention to a lot of boxers and what they do for the community. Danny Garcia, he motivated me to get into, wanting to have a gym and taking some of this money that I make in boxing and investing it. And I'm glad Tony, do that for his gym, because also it's going to play a big effect in his career, in his life later. So right now, while he's trying to become a champion, he's able to still build for kids and build around him. And that's something that I do. I got a solid team. Maybe me and him could do a dual battle with his team and my team or something after this fight is over with. But right now, my focus is on defending my title. And, it's not about what he's doing. It's about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
Jermell, one last question for you. I know, in the past with some of your opponents, they've been disrespectful and there's been some, some trash talk back and forth and that kind of stuff. But you obviously have a lot of respect for Tony. Tony has a lot of respect for you. How has that been maybe different in some sense than some of your previous fights?
Well, it's gonna see you guys will see on the 22nd when it comes out in a fight week. People have certain ways that they feel about certain things, and I don't care about how much somebody respects me or how much they don't respect me. I'm gonna still treat that fighter, those fighters, the same. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't come in here to beat me. My dad always taught us, any man that want to fight or put their hands on you, they come and kill, steal, destroy you in some type of way. And so if that's what Tony come to do, then I have to defend myself in every manner that I can. It doesn't matter if it's in the ring, outside the ring. It could be respect. All of that could be done instead, but it's about the fight. The fight game is about really what's been built inside of me. I'm not worried about all the respect right now. He could be respectful and all of that, but he come to take my title, and that's messing up my legacy, and that's a whole different ball field for me. You know what I mean? And so that hunger is different. It's different inside of me. It means different to me. I hope everyone's safe, and I hope it doesn't do too much damage. But I'm coming. I defend differently. I defend it with my life on the line. You know what I'm saying? And so, and if he feels that same way, it's gonna be an exciting fight for the fans. It'll be a fighting fight for the TV and for whoever's watching. I care less about that promotion and stuff and all of that. It is there, it's there, but at the end of the day, my life is at risk when I'm in that ring every time.
Thanks, Jermell.
Our next question is going to come from Carlos Toro. Please go ahead.
Hi, first question for Jermell. Jermell, obviously, you're in this marquee position on Fox. Is there perhaps any more pressure, added pressure to have to deliver a memorable performance in front of a wide television audience such as Fox, or are you kind of approaching this fight kind of the same as any other?
As any other fight, regardless of what TV network is promoting this fight or putting this fight on. I've been here before. I've done this before, and I have to continue to do what I do in order for me to eat. This is something that I have to go through. So, yes, I'm super excited about Fox being such a marquee television and network that allows more viewers to see what we do and possess. And I wish that a lot of people was able to see this beforehand. Then they would have a little bit more respect for me and what I do. So I'm glad that, we got this opportunity.
You were tweeting a few last week, I believe, that you were doing something a little different in camp. You were applying yourself more, listening to your coach more. Could you maybe kind of talk more about what's been different about this particular camp compared to others?
I've taken a lot of time to settle down within myself. I have everything I want, everything I need, and so there's no point of being disobedient to any of my people. And I think that I looked at my coach a little bit differently this camp. He's more of my general. He's like a father figure to me now. He's not a father figure, but when I go off to Dallas and do my training and stuff, I definitely pay attention to everything he's doing, and we're well plugged in with each other. We connect really well, and the greatest thing is that he let me do me. He let me be me in that ring, regardless of anything. I feel like throwing a certain punch. Hey, coach, look, let's sit down and talk about this one punch that I think I can throw well because my body allows me to do it. And so those are the things that I've been doing differently. So next, I'm gonna pull out some tricks out the hat. It's gonna be different.
And one question for Tony. Obviously, it's your first fight, first title fight, I should say. since losing to Jared Hurd last year. How much has that loss been kind of serving as motivation for you in these last few fights and getting back into title contention? Has that been any extra motivation for you, especially now that you have a chance to kind of right the wrong that you weren't able to win the world title in your last attempt?
Man, I'm not even thinking about Jared Hurd. That shit was, 2 years ago? I left that fight right where I left it, man. I moved on. I fought 4 times after that. I don't need no more added motivation. I got a family I got to feed. I got people that's rooting me on, and just for me, man, I'm competitive in my own without nobody else. So I want to do it for me. And that Jared Hurd fight, like I said, there was, there's a lot to learn from, but I let that shit back when. I want that fight back just as bad as Jermell wants it for the first time. So in order for me to get the motherfucking fight, I gotta win the title. Cause I know for sure I won't get it again. So for me, man, I just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, man. But I let this shit in the past. I had a great training camp, 2 months and 2 weeks. Worse, actually the longest I've ever trained for a fight. They used to get calls 5 weeks, 4 weeks, or something like that. So, I feel good. Body feels good. Sparring partners was great. So, I'm focused on December 22nd. I'm focused on Jermell. I'm focused on WBC, and I just want to give a good show.
Thank you, and best of luck to both of you next Saturday.
Our next question is going to come from Mr. Gibbs from theboxingvoice.com. Please go ahead.
How you doing? Tony Harrison, super bad. What it do? How are you, my friend?
What's up, my guy?
I'm good, man. Happy to see you in good spirits. So tell me, are you going to dedicate this fight to the Crunk Gym and Adonis Stevenson for all that's happening with him and his trauma out in Canada? To the fact that you guys both come out of that Crunk Gym once upon a time?
Well, you know what, man? Like I said, it don't got to be a guy from Crunk. It don't got to be a guy I know. This is a rough sport that we in. Just like Pritchard, I pray for everybody to make it out there ring safe and go back to their families. So it just hit a little more home that I do know the guy that that's in that situation. But I pray that each and every, like, for my son, I don't want my son to box. You know what I mean? Like, this sport is so dangerous. I pray each and every day that, I pray for my opponents before I walk in there and I fight them. So, it's a dangerous sport we in, and I think we all know what we signed up for when we signed up, but, that never hurts less when you see somebody in those conditions. So, I'm praying for him, and I'm praying for Adonis. I'm praying for his family. And, but like I said, I don't need to do it for nobody else. I'm doing it for me, and me only. I'm in there by myself, so I want to do it for me and my legacy, and to be the first one to dethrone Jermell will be, it'd be stellar in itself. It'd go down in the books.
Well, Tony, I think everybody on the line would agree with me when I say that, you're a great boxer. And from the outside looking in, and obviously we're not in the ring with you, but it seems to be the stamina. Have you done anything different in training camp to make sure that you will be able to box as good as you do the first half in the second half?
You know what, man? I think only December 22nd you'll be able to tell. Like I said, that's for my strength and conditioning coach. That's for my training to try to figure out what's going on. I think the other time I just overtrained. I usually get these big fights and then I tend to want to, like I said, climb Mount Everest in one day. And I think that's what's been happening. But this time, like I said, I've been the guinea pig for my stable. We don't have any world trainer. We don't have any world-renowned trainers or strength and conditioning coach or a city that's more recognized than the other. But like I said, I've been the guinea pig, and we've been learning as a group. Together. This whole way. So I think they've gotten better with knowing how my body is and knowing how my body feels. Sorry it came from losses to try to figure this shit out, but I think they've gotten better, man. I think we've done everything together, man, and as a unit and as a team. So, you know what I mean? Nobody gets the blame, man, but, we all been working together, man, and trying to figure this shit out a day at a time, and that's all we can do.
Well, wish you the best of luck, brother. See you on fight night. To Jermell, how are you? Lions only, how are you? Listen, I want to ask, obviously, this promotion has gotten a lot of push. It felt like a pay-per-view with the Fox Fair Game, having Freddie on there, but also talking about this fight with the Fox bringing out their own show just particularly for PBC. I mean, the conference calls, the media workout that you guys did totally different from any other fighter, holding it in the evening, having a special guest like Floyd. How different is this from any of your other fights? And has it been taxing? Has it been, I don't know, overwhelming?
Nah, it's not overwhelming because actually whenever you put a camera in my face or you put a camera in my brother's face, we want to show the world Chris sharp. We want to be on cue with everything and on point. So it can be overwhelming. The only thing they can do is just push you to be in better shape and make you work harder. So nobody's gonna get in front of a camera, not even Tony, and hit a bad soft with a camera in front of him. Of course not. Ain't no pity patting around us. Period. And I mean, we always doing something different. Me and my brother are twins, and the thing about being a twin is that's automatically something that you have to show the world. The world has already seen. They got their eyes looking just because I was a twin, and that's something that I've dealt with when I was young. As kids, every time you go to the grocery store with mom, you ask somebody, "Oh, are those twins?" The attention was always there. They always want to know who was older. They always want to know, do I feel the same thing my brother feels? A lot of these questions is hell no. I'm my own man, and I'm my own, and I try to do everything in the world to separate, so people can understand the difference between us. But as well, there's things that I love about being a twin, and there's things that I take with the punch, And so, we, being into fashion and being into certain marketing things, and knowing that the business behind boxing is greater than just getting in the ring and fighting. It was my brother's idea to go to one of a large facility where people would enjoy being around us and put a ring in there, build a ring and have special guest Floyd Mayweather, and I'm thankful for him being able to fly in, and everyone knows Floyd flies on jets and different things. So him to come in and do this for us was major, and he sees something different in us. And speaking with him yesterday, he could feel the fire, he could see the fire and the thrive that we really have in the world. I'm glad they're getting a chance once again to see us put this on and do this for the world. This is big for us in our city. This is big for us in our legacy and our careers and everything that we build in the future. I was the 22nd host, but I know that I'm getting there to fight.
From your perspective, do you feel you have the one up on
Jared? Our next question is going to come from Peter Lim.
Oh,
this will be the last question for.
Damn, I was about to hit him with the.
Man, we had so much heat.
Ring.
He had so much. Damn.
Oh man, because I wanted to know how he felt. Like,
That's why I put it.
Jared Hurd is trying to say like, "Yo, I'm the A side," but to Charlo running up in the ring and then hearing the dude you calling out saying, "Yo, I need one more fight." Damn, they should have let me get that fire off.
Now, I want to give some closing comments as you get set for a big title defense coming up next Saturday with PBC on Fox. So, Jermell,
I do talk.
I'm just thankful, just super thankful for allowing me to be able to share my skills and my talent. This is something that God placed in my life, and I'm able to do this. I got a family myself. I got a son that looks up to me that watches you 9 years old, and I know he'll be in attendance or paying attention to this very, very closely. So, and I know Tony got a family, and I just pray that everybody's safe. But come the 22nd, I come to do some very, very different destruction again, and to build my legacy. And I hope that the world get a chance to capture the moment.
Tony?
Like I said, man, we almost a week away. Like I said, it's one of the best camps I've been in. Like I said, once again, I applaud Jermell for being the champion that he is, for taking this fight like this, knowing I'm not Trout, I'm not Lubin, I'm not Hadley, and you know he sees that I bring I bring a different kind of dynamic to the ring. I ain't 21, I'm not 20. I'm not gonna do all the jaw jacking. We ain't gonna go there. You know, like I said, I'm thankful that, you know, he made it out healthy. I made it out healthy. And come December 22nd, man, you know, he got something I need. He got something I want. I'm coming to get it.
Tony, thank you guys very much. That was Jermell, Charlo, and Tony Harrison. Now we shift our attention towards the main event. And if you guys remember at the press,
you know who's the main event. Jermall will be taking on Willie Monroe. We'll jump back to the conference call. But, I like the confidence of Tony Harrison, Mike. I really do. He's talking greasy.
But it's a respectful greasy at that, though. It's confidence. It's not like nowhere like arrogant, but he just feel like shit, he wants it. I mean,
like, yo, I respect Charlo because he know I ain't no Trout. I said, what? Yo, the Trout them be cold open in the ring with Canelo. Tony talking greasy.
I like Tony, man. But damn, I wish you could have asked that fucking who's the king of R&B right now, because that shit like going viral and everybody's talking about it. And
he's gonna say Chris Brown. That's what
I know. And that's how you ingratiate yourself with people, by asking questions that you know you're gonna lead them into something.
Fighter with a record of 23 wins, just 3 defeats. He's won 2 straight victories. From Rochester, New York, please welcome Willie Almongus Monroe Jr. Willie, if you have opening comments.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You have some things to say to begin on how training camp was going, Willie?
I beg your pardon?
You just want to give your opening thoughts about your fight next Saturday against Jermall Charlo.
Oh, we're ready. Can't wait, man. Opportunity.
Man,
I got time for this shit. Let's wrap it up, B.
It's an opportunity. We've been looking forward to blessing. Can't wait, man.
Now we'll get set for the champion out of Houston, Texas. He has a 78% knockout percentage. He's undefeated, 27 wins, no losses, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Jermall Charlo.
Yeah, how you doing? How's everybody?
Jermall, do you have opening thoughts?
Opening thoughts, man. I'm ready to go. Welcome me back to Brooklyn. I get a chance to fight basically in Willie's hometown. So I know a lot of people expecting this fight is going to be fireworks.
Now, so before we get ready for questions, I want to let everyone know that this is Jermall Charlo's 3rd straight appearance at Barclays Center. So he is really made, as he mentioned, Barclays Center his home of his last few fights with victories over George Highland and also Hugo Centeno Jr. So this is his 3rd straight appearance at Barclays Center.
Great. Let's open it up for questions, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press 1. Our first question is going to come from Lim Satterfield for the boxing scene. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Hey, Jermall, I have a question for you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm blessed. Ray just made a reference to this being your 3rd straight appearance at Barclays, but I remember telling you a while ago that Austin Trout said that after he lost to you, that Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez, those guys need to get you then rather than later, because you're only going to get better. And this is your 3rd fight at 160. Do you feel he's correct? I know you made a reference to me that they were kind of avoiding you.
I mean, right now my main focus is Monroe Jr. Wise words from Austin Charlo, but you know, with experience comes, you know, the matter of time. So, you know, we putting both together, and you know, like, you know, I'm really just learning on the job at the same time, you know,
being in this position and being at the top level. So I guess, sooner or later I get my shot.
What do you think, though, about this being your third time at 160? Your first fight, you did get him out of there. That was, a little bit awkward, I guess, because of the knee. But the second fight, clearly you made a statement. And now this is your third fight at 160. Did it take you any time to acclimate yourself? Do you feel like right now you're a real solid 60-pounder, and this fight you're going to show even a lot more than your first fight?
Most definitely. My first fight at 160, it was the guy had hurt leg. He didn't give me the chance to show the fans and the people around boxing what I was made of. But fighting Hugo, we only had one loss, and him being a bigger guy than me, that just let me know that I had future at 160. Now I'm fighting Monroe, who has experience at 160, and he's a big guy also, but not of my stature. So we, it's gonna be a tangle, it's gonna be a tussle. But I'm learning like at that 160 pounds is just like 154 pounds. My body's constantly growing, so I'm feeling out at 160. I feel good. This is probably one of my funnest and best camps that I've had because I got a chance to experience it twice already.
Okay, hey, thank you so much, and good luck in the fight.
Our next question is going to come from Peter Lamb from the Houston Chronicle. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jermall, what's the upside of fighting on network TV as opposed to like HBO or Showtime or The Zone?
Well, the upside is that, everyone in the world get a chance to see it for free, and it's now it's almost like it's there for the people. And it's not like an option where you have to have money or you have to be a status or anything. Like it's like, this would be at all bars around the world because normal bars don't play HBO and Showtime, pay-per-view fights and stuff like that where they have to, buy expensive cable offers. A chance to fight in front of the world. And it's something I always dreamed of, but I would have never thought it would come this soon.
Okay. Willie Monroe Jr. doesn't have a very high knockout percentage. Are you expecting to just walk through him?
No, not at all. I'm when a fighter is criticized by his knockout ratio and things like that, you kind of tend to think that, okay, now he's going to try to develop more power, more snap or something like that. Things you have to watch out for. So he's not like a wild guy. He's southpaw, technical mover, real slick boxer. So it's gonna be some times in there where I'm gonna have to really exploit the game plan that we have for him. So no, I'm not expecting to walk out and just and have an easy fight. So it's gonna be a big fight for me and Willie both.
Okay, thank you. This question is for Willie Monroe Jr. You fought two world champions in the past. How does Jermall Charlo compare to Gennady Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders?
That's something I can't answer yet. We haven't fought yet. So I'll be able to tell you how he compares to those guys after the 23rd.
Are you a better fighter since losing to both Gennady Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders?
I think I am. But then again, like I said, that'll be proven on the 22nd.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from John Gatlin from NewYorkFight.com. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Willie, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
I was going to ask this question of Jermell a few minutes ago and Tony, but 3 years ago, Tony Harrison was highly touted on a fast track to success and ran into Willie Nelson and, got upended there. We know that the Charlo brothers are gaining in popularity, notoriety, and all that they can do, the ability that they've shown, particularly the power. Do you think that there's an element of being overlooked in this fight and just used as a stepping stone so that he can position himself for a fight with Golovkin?
That all plays in my favor if I use it right. You know, people pretty much do what they're told to do. You know what I mean? People like who they're marketed. You know, certain fighters are marketed to like. A lot of people don't, you know, actually know a lot about any of us fighters. You know, they just like, you know, whatever the media says, that's what they follow. You know what I mean? It's like football, basketball. You know, one day they're a Lakers fan, the next day they're freaking Golden State fan, next day they're a Knicks fan. You know, that's how people are. So, you know what I mean? That's really neither here nor there with me. You know, my job is keep focused and handle the task at hand.
How disappointed were you with the results of the Sanders fight, and did you go out of your way for this particular training camp to prepare for a different result for Jermall on the 22nd?
I mean, I won't say I went out of my way, but we did what we have to do to prepare. Those are totally different fighters, so you put together a game plan for what you have to deal with. But I mean, the whole Sanders thing was, like I said, you know what I mean, that what happened, you know, leading up to the fight and what I had to deal with in London, you know what I mean, leading up to the fight, you know, had a lot more to do with, you know, not to make any excuses, but it's just a fact, you know what I mean? And, you know, I didn't have the protection that a lot of other fighters have. You know, I didn't have an Alvin or Cameron Duncan or somebody to make sure things were right. You know, I was signed to a pretty shady promoter that let some shady things go, you know, for his pockets. And that's fine and dandy because God doesn't make any mistakes, you know. 2 months later, I got out of the contract. Al signed me. I got 3 fights, and now I'm back on the main stage. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. And, you know, come the 22nd, man, I have to prove that I am one of the top heavyweights in the world. And I have an opportunity to attack Al Heyman and PBC on Fox, you know. I'm just so blessed and elated at this opportunity.
Awesome. All right, good luck, boss. Jermall, this question is for you. How good was the experience last night or yesterday to partake in that drive with Floyd and all of that entails for the community?
It was great. The community came out. Floyd Mayweather Jr. came out. Shout out to him. Shout out to the people. You know, we raised awareness. You know, and we got toys. We got toys for the kids who are unfortunate enough to get toys for Christmas, and you know, just to see the smiles on people's faces. But you know, I got work to do, and that was my motto for this fight. So, you know, I appreciate everybody's support, and you know, the major thing was that, you know, we got the job done and we got the toys.
Right. How important is it for you to not only capture the WBC interim belt, but to look good in the process and to avoid overlooking, you know, with obviously a very motivated Willie Monroe Jr.?
We don't overlook anyone. There's no such. You know, every fight is a hard fight. That's how I'm coming into this fight. Willie Monroe Jr. has been in there with great guys and whatever, but this is a different fight. Every fight is a different fight. You know, you can't even look at my last fight and say that I'm gonna fight the same way, because you never know what to expect. It's how I make my adjustments. It's how I make my adjustments according to training. I'm ready to go. This what we do. This why, you know, I make a living for my family. I put on for my legacy. So at this point, you know, I'm ready to go. Next week on Saturday, you guys get a chance to see, you know, again, what I'm made of.
Awesome. All right, good luck on the 22nd. See you then, champ.
Our next question is going to come from Carlos Charlo from the Fightful. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. A couple of questions for Jermall. First of all, I remember Ray was saying at the top of this portion of the conference call how this is your 3rd straight fight at the Barclays Center. After this fight, did you have any desire or plan to have a fight in 2019 take place in Texas, or are you comfortable fighting in Brooklyn?
I'm most definitely comfortable fighting in Brooklyn. But you know, the ultimate goal is to fight here at home in front of my fans, in front of my people. But, you know, like, I've never really been on that side of it. So I don't have any, say so to that as of right now. Besides, Line's Only Promotion is doing great in Brooklyn, and that's where we campaigning there right now. I know I got a place at home, and I'll be able to make the fans happy sooner or later. But right now, that's my focus is keep fighting where the fans are and where they're happy at.
You've held the WBC title throughout the majority of the year, and really, obviously Canelo and Golovkin were busy having their rematch in September. But since then, WBC, they wanted you to face Golovkin, and now Canelo's facing Rocky Fielding. Do you kind of feel like you're being overlooked by those two guys, or has it been sort of frustrating having to wait until either of those two guys are free or say that they want to fight you?
Man, it's God's time. Of course, it could be something that I want, or something I'm ready for at the time. But it's all a matter of time. Either I fight him now or I fight him later. I'm only getting wiser, stronger, faster, and smarter. So they even have to deal with that as it comes. But hopefully those fights happen for me sooner or later. But right now, my main focus is Monroe, and that's what we got on the 22nd. So I'll let those guys take care of what they're doing, over on their campaigns with Canelo and them and Golovkin. But sooner or later, they got to answer them, Jermall, Charlo.
And one question for Willie. Willie, you've been on a bit of a win streak since that loss to Billy Joe Saunders. How has the training camp, or at least not the training camp, but still the atmosphere of preparing for this fight, now that you're fighting in New York instead of having to go overseas to face Billy Joe Saunders, has there been kind of any difference in the mood around training camp?
Well, one thing that's been different is that I'm thankful to do Al, because I fought twice already going into a championship fight, whereas in the other position when I went over to London, I fought on HBO as the co-feature to Canelo when he fought Liam Smith. And, I was supposed to have been fighting maybe 4 months after that. And I didn't fight until a year after that, which was the Billy Joe Saunders fight. And there's been, while I was under, the promoter I was under, there were two different times where it was a time where I was off 13 months and the time that I was off 12 months. Not doing anything that I was doing, that's just the business. And, Al has made it a point to keep me busy. And a fighter like me who fights off skill, intellect, intelligence, moving, you need to keep a fighter like me busy so I stay sharp. You have different type of fighters. You have the fighters who call a game changer. Somebody may be able to outsharp them for 4 or 5 rounds, but then they may come through with their power and it may even the odds. So when you have a guy like me who fights off, super intellectual style, you need to keep busy. And the money wasn't there. You know what I mean? I got to thank Al Heyman for giving me a good amount of money to get through training camp. You know what I mean? I was working 2 jobs and working a job under the table, and I was paying the few sparring partners that I could pay. I was paying them, $25 a round because we just couldn't afford it. And then, some of the guys that was sparring with us, if you hit them too hard or you go too hard on them, they don't want to come back to the gym and spar, and then especially not $25 a round. So, for this camp, I'll give us enough money to actually put together a great camp. We fought twice. We're coming off of 2 wins, so we've been busy. And, I've been able to pay the farm partners accordingly so they stay around. We had, some 6'4". We got about 3 different guys who are 6'4" cruiserweight. All 3 of them are undefeated pros, just to exaggerate the height and the quote unquote power advantage that Jermall has. So we were given 9 weeks. I didn't take this fight on a 4 or 5 week notice like I did. When I fought the fight on pay-per-view, I took that fight on a 3.5 week notice. I just live in the gym, but we were given a 9 week notice for this. I was able to sit down, put things together, and create a camp accordingly, rather than just coming off of just being in shape and going in there and fighting off of what I know. I was able to put together a great camp accordingly. So I think that'll play a huge huge in my favor. You know what I mean? And this is the first time ever in my whole career that I've been able to do this, that I've been able to put together a full camp with the right sparring, have the money to bring these guys in the spar, and have a great schedule. You know what I mean? So under those circumstances, I feel like that just boosts my confidence, you know, in who I am and what I can do all around. And I mean, I'm sure Jermall and his team has put together a great camp, and I mean, I just can't wait to see what happens on December 22nd. Not only our fighter, I'm also a fan. So I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen myself. So I mean, like, I'm just ready. I'm ready, and I'm happy, and I'm excited about the 22nd.
Thank you, both of you, and best of luck on December 22nd.
Thank you, Charlo.
Our next question is going to come from Nestor Gibbs from the Boxing Voice. Please go ahead.
Willie, how are you? Nestor Gibbs, how are you?
What's going on, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, man, you know, since this fight, I've been hearing you talk the way you're talking, right? Like, you're very excited. You feel like this is the best camp that you've had. And I mean, you got 2 fights coming into it. And, you know, the biggest thing that has to be said is you asked for this. So now you're saying on this call that you're 100% prepared, like you've never prepared, you know, that you got the best sparring partners like you've never had. So obviously you're leaving no room for excuses. What is it that you see in Jermall Charlo that you think you're going to capitalize on?
Oh, well, I'm not about to talk about that. You know what I mean? We ain't going to talk about what I can capitalize on. Let's start giving away the game plan, you know? But, I mean, like, you know, besides, you know, Charlo and the fight, I've always wanted to be on the power hand side because, and you know that, you know, we've talked, and they put on great fights, they put on exciting fights, and I just want to be in the mix. You know more than anything, because when you're in the mix, you can come out as champion. You know, when you're dealing with a promoter that's just holding you, and then try to make a little money off it, it's hard to really gauge and really work and get into a mode. Like, I just like to fight. You know, that's just been me since I was a kid. I love to fight. I love the competitiveness. I had 142 amateur fights. I wish I had 100 more. You know what I mean? Like, fighting is just what I love to do. You know what I mean? And if you're that big guy on campus that everybody's saying no one can beat, then I want to try my chances again. Just like Golovkin. Like, I didn't have a big promoter or a big manager behind me say, nah, let's hold off on that fight. Let's wait a little bit. I mean, I was pretty much still a kid when I fought this dude. I was 19 and 1. I mean, I was really early in my career, but I just let it fight. You know, I didn't turn down no fight. I didn't turn down anything. And this is a challenge. I love to challenge myself. I'm just very ambitious and vigorous like that. And I mean, what Charlo has done in the boxing world, you can't deny it. So now I'm like, hey, I want to see if I can challenge myself to be one of the best, considered one of the best. And then how do you become one of the best? Or how do you be considered one of the top in your weight class? Well, you got to beat one of the top in your weight class.
Is it any added pressure that
you can't beat them if you don't fight them?
I'm sorry. Is it any added pressure that the world is going to use this as a barometer and a gauge? Obviously, you fighting Golovkin and, you know, Charlo being the mandatory to that belt or having the opportunity to fight Golovkin. Everybody wants to see what's going to happen. Does that add any pressure on you, or do you think the pressure's on him?
Well, the pressure's more on him. I think the pressure's on him because, you know, everybody's saying, you know, I saw some of the comments. I've been away from social media, so, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even run my social media probably for maybe the last 7 weeks. I haven't even signed in. I let my people run it. But, you know, I've seen the comments. I'm a stepping stone fight. I'm this, I'm that. Like I said earlier, the fans don't, you know, the fans say what they say, and then when you win, you know what I mean, then they're, oh, I knew you could do it. Or I knew you was this. I knew you was that. You know, there's a lot of fans like the bandwagon. So a lot of that really doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? It doesn't shake me either way because come December 22nd, man, it's going to be me and him in the ring. Can't nobody help me. Can't nobody help him, no matter what's said on the inside or outside. Charlo has to execute his game plan the best way to beat Willie Monroe. And Willie Monroe has to execute his game plan the best way to beat Jermall Charlo. And December 22nd, we'll just have to see who executes their game plan the best.
Willie, well, thank you and best of luck. Really quick for Jermall, Jermall, is there any pressure for you because the world is going to gauge you versus Gennady, or is this exactly what you want so that you can make that statement to the world and separate yourself from Gennady and the chatter?
I'm focused on the 22nd. After listening to this shit, do you hear what Willie's saying? He's happy. He's had a great camp. I'm glad I'm able to put other fighters in position and to be able to make this type of money at this stage and at this level. I'm glad that he's with Al. I'm glad that everything is where it won't be any excuses. And then on the 22nd, I better show the world why I'm so explosive. Why Golovkin and all of those don't really want to take this high risk, I guess so-called reward whenever fighting Jermall Charlo.
And like I asked your brother, with all the commotion of the build-up to this fight, because it really felt like this was a pay-per-view fight build-up with all the, media that you and your brother and all the fighters had to do, did it take anything away from the camp, or did you remain more focused than ever because of the limelight?
No, none of this stuff bothered me. We get cameras every fight. We get the light is there. My future is bright. There was always light in front of me. I'm not worried about none of the talk and none of the so-called this, so-called that. I'm here to fight, man. I'm here to fight the best out there. I didn't get the best fighter out there to fight me, so I'm taking a fight with a guy that's right there in the rankings with me. So look, we're gonna make it shake, we're gonna make it do what it do. Brooklyn in 22nd. That's all I care about right now.
My last one, if I could, obviously.
Okay, that was our last.
Oh, am I on or am I off?
Go ahead, Nestor. Finish
all
your
right.
question.
I was just gonna thank you, Lisa. I was just gonna say, Jermall, my last one. Obviously, I'm one of those guys that criticizes Floyd for, being the face of boxing. Whoa.
I can't. Yep.
Okay. I'm one of those guys. All right. I was saying that I'm one of those guys that criticizes Floyd for not doing enough for this generation's boxers. But then we see him in an open media workout with you. Not only Floyd, but do you hope that all of you boxers can get along, old and new, and kind of uplift the sport a little better, the way that he did for you, but on a continuous basis?
Yeah, Well, I hope you hear me. Well, I'm glad that Floyd Mayweather was able to reach out to me and my twin brother and be proud of us, and he's a big motivator for every boxer in the world at this moment. Being able to retire undefeated and have a game plan set up for retirement. That's a dream come true for, I guess, any boxer. So him being able to reach out to my city of Houston and us put on a toy drive and raise thousands of toys for people that wasn't able to, have toys was the ultimate goal. And I appreciate Floyd Mayweather for it.
Well, thank you, Jermall, and the best of luck.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Before we let them go, Willie, we'll start off with you. If you have any final comments before you get set for the, your matchup next Saturday at PBC on Fox from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, December 22nd.
I just want to say thanks to everybody that's part of this. Thanks to Al Heyman, thanks to Fox, and thanks to PBC. Prayers and wishes to every fighter, on the card. A lot of people, talk a lot of stuff from the outside, but they don't realize how dangerous this boxing world is. So, I have prayers and blessings to every fighter on the card, man. I'm elated, thankful, man. It's 5 days after my birthday, 3 days before Christmas. I keep iterating that. So I'm blessed, man. And thank you guys for considering Willie Monroe, and thanks for the opportunity, man. And I promise I won't disappoint you in 26.
Jermall, final comments.
We got another one. We got work to do. We're going to stand up. Houston, stand up. Everybody that's supporting Lines Only, I want to thank them. PBC on Fox. This is bigger than pay-per-view. My prayers go out to Donna Stevenson. Like Willie said, y'all don't realize what we do, and we put our life on the line and entertain the world. So that's what we're gonna do, and we promise not to let you down with a great fight. And my hand to be raised, and this fight gonna mean so much to me. So I can't wait to get in there.
Jermall, thank you so much. Willie, thank you so much. We'll see you guys during fight week. Don't forget PBC on Fox, brought to you by TGB Promotions, Lines Only Promotions, and DeBella Entertainment. Tickets start as low as $50. They're on sale now. Get them Ticketmaster.com or Barclays Center box office. Don't forget it's PBC on Fox and Fox Deportes, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, next Saturday from Barclays Center. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you during fight week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. I'll disconnect and have a great day.
All right. There you have it. The live media conference call in its entirety. It's just literally finishing. Look, Mike, I'm checking out the betting line. I don't see anything for this PBC card. What the hell is up with FanDuel, bro? They got me so pissed off. It's ridiculous. You know, like there's a lot of fights on there, man. You got Brazil and Carlos Negron. A lot of fights that we could be discussing and at least finding out what the hell the odds are. But let me see. I don't know what to say. None of these fights are on FanDuel, so we can't give you any odds. But I mean, look, the I don't even want to call them that. You know what I mean? Because Willie Monroe is talking like he's an A-side, right? He had 2 fights. This will be his 3rd fight in 2018. 2 fights before a title shot. You know, the best camp he's ever had. And listen, is Willie's a southpaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh shit. I'm gonna say this knowing that Jermall might get mad. But the last time he fought a southpaw, it was a little bit tough. Like he got the win. Yeah, with Trout. He got the win, but you know, it was a little bit. But like I think that I think that I don't know what to say. I know Jermall be listening.
I mean, well, hold on. You got to understand, every time you fight someone, you get better. So from that point, fighting someone like Trout.
Yo, 9 weeks, though, Willie said he had. Yo, Willie's El Mongoose, dog. He's always been slick. Let me tell you something, too. For people, I know the people in the chat, they're like, oh, Willie's a bum. Dog,
how long did Willie have for
Willie came out of nowhere. For who?
Gennady.
You heard him, 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Willie came out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere because obviously he's got pedigree. His uncle is Willie the Worm, or his father was Willie the Worm, right? So like, but remember, he beat Brandon Adams back in the Bucksino ESPN tournament. Look at what Brandon Adams went on to do. This is what I'm saying about people. Like, boom, you know, Pedraza lost the Tank, but he was a champion. Then he went on to be a champion again. Adam lost in the tournament, and look what he just did in this last tournament. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Adams came out of nowhere looking nice after a 3-year layoff, right? Willie beat him. And listen, it's like Willie said, I didn't have it easy. And I'm not souping this up to say Willie's going to win. I want to see what the betting line say. But look, right after Adams, he fought Brian Vera, then Gennady. And then even after that, after fighting Gennady, he fought John Thompson. And then Gabriel Rosado and Billy Joe Saunders. Not until getting with Al did the man finally get 2 tune-ups. You know what I'm saying? Carlos Gavin and Javier Francisco Macia. You know, finally he got some softies because he was with Banner, and they don't have TV dates to give you softies. They can't afford it. I can't give you a softie on an off-air, event that I do. How the fuck am I paying you without the site fee? You know what I'm saying? So that's why you don't sign with a small-time promoter. You need an Al Heyman to give you those in-betweens, get back into the game. But for Charlo, it's everything that I said in the question, right? It's like, yo, it's time to shine. And this is your moment. And now with the Floyd push, you can't shit the bed.
Yeah, and I think Mike was saying it earlier too. I mean, he was talking about the King of R&B question. And I know that was something relating to his possible star power. I'm sure Chris Brown will probably be there, right? You know, I'm sure a couple of stars might, show up and support this fight. So that's an opportunity where they can, if he gets a great performance, and boom, goes to Chris Brown, boom, social media, boom,
Definitely, man. Mike, you seen how I bogarted that call, right? Because they be, why they be playing my man Mike?
You ain't put none of that shit in there, boy.
Oh, you mean your
yeah, you ain't
nah,
put none of that shit.
I'm all off the top. Nah, B. I'm like Jay-Z when I get in the booth. There's no paper, no pen. Like you think I'm on all these monitors looking at questions? Nah, it's shit right off the dome piece, like Jerome's niece. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely did have a lot of airtime. Like there was a moment I was like, Ness is gonna run this over and over. Even what's her name? She was just like, all right, Ness. All right, come on.
Hey, we working. Hashtag we working. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to play us. And I don't mean the media companies. I mean like the chat. Yo, they acting like we ain't out here doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to start flexing. But I'm excited. It's funny. This is like 2 weeks away though.
On Fox for free. So
did you feel the promotion? Because I kept repeating that it felt like a pay-per-view promotion, and I know for me it probably felt that way because I receive all the press releases of everything that they're gonna do in terms of they all did turkey drives. They all gave something away. Some way gave something to some part of the community. Everybody, all 4 fighters. They had the media conference call, which we just did. They had the Fox studio show. There was just so much. Yo, shout out to DAZN. Now that we're talking about marketing, bro, you can't use BoxRec today without the Canelo fucking
the video that pops up.
Yo, and you X the video out, like, bro, I already seen this on YouTube and on DAZN. Thank you, and it comes right back. Like if you scroll down, boop, there it is again. So very aggressive marketing from DAZN. So shout out to them. I told you guys it's going to be a great time for us as boxing fans. People, they want to draw lines in the sand. Oh, I'm with DAZN. No, I'm PBC. Dog, I'm with boxing. So again, shout out to DAZN with their aggressive marketing. I hope that you continue to reach as many people as possible. I watched the live press conference that only had 448 people watching with DAZN, and how I seen Oscar say how, he was thanking HBO, and then he slid in the backhand compliment and was like, because this is the new baby, the home of boxing, yada, yada, yada. So,
Hey, I'll piggyback off 2 things. It just depends on what sports you guys watch, but I've been seeing a lot of Charlo advertisements in between these football games. So
that's what I tried to get Ness to fucking sneak in when he was talking about the promotional push, but I sent it like too late.
They were pushing it in between there. So that's really great for just prime time exposure. In addition to the whole DAZN, I mean, it's all over BoxRec when you scroll around. But Oscar right now, depending on how this, this performance and the numbers and how these fights do, I mean, he's starting to get some slander the same week he's promoting. Like on First Take right now, I mean, he's getting some backlash with Dana White. So right now, Oscar has to be very careful on how he pushes Canelo, pushes the whole Golden Boy, the whole DAZN, because there is also a push, and it's a very negative push on him being a liar on primetime ESPN. So I'm very interested to see how all this works out. And it's all just happened today, pretty much.
Yeah, man. Shout out to ESPN for like taking the fucking interest in like boxing by putting Anthony Joshua, putting Oscar De La Hoya, putting Tyson Fury, putting Deontay Wilder, putting all these different guys on their shows, and most of these guys not even signed to their network. So I mean, the push is like great for boxing right now. First Take.
I mean, they put the big names on it. Did Canelo show up?
Nah,
they brought Oscar instead of Canelo. Like
I've seen Mikey and Broner on there too when their fight was going on.
And also, just real quick, with the whole UFC Fox thing ending today, they're going to start putting that PBC Fox thing. So expect to go on your Fox channel and start seeing boxing shows. I'm really excited for that.
And remind me to add main events and NBC partnership didn't work out to the fucking topic list.
Yeah, didn't I seen that? Listen, I like Jay Harco. He said, how many shoplifters in the chat? He said, y'all shoplifting the show, man. Hit that thumbs up button so you ain't a shoplifter, man. At least you can do that. Look, we're going to go ahead and cut out. I got to go pick up Daniel Alvarez. He just finished, getting footage for us at the Canelo press conference. He's back in Jersey, took the train from Jersey to New York and New York back to Jersey.
Nigga, y'all pushing it. If you ride into motherfucking Madison Square Garden,
I'm not doing none of that funny shit. I'm not doing none of that, man. Already, yeah. I even told him, like, yo, I wanted to go today. I gave him all the ammunition he needed to destroy Eddie. You know what I mean? He could have systematically raised his profile today if he just asked my questions. That's all.
Did he get an interview?
I don't know. But if he wanted to raise his profile, he would have gotten the interview, because that would have been a phenomenal interview to debate Eddie on those pay-per-views, you know? I seen a headline with Eddie talking about, are we what he said, are we running or are we scared? No. Wait, what he said?
Are you finished or are you done?
No. He said something else, like, because are we begging? Are we begging or are we running? You know what I'm saying? I got to go check that audio out. But listen, I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like hearing the conference call live instead of waiting for the next day. You know, if you like hearing it live, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Remember, we're on our backup channel because YouTube allowed some losers to make us look like losers, and now we're fighting the copyright. So once we defeat that, we'll be back on the main channel at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, so when we're back, you get that notification. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe right here at youtube.com/Nestor Gibbs and hit the notification bell, because we will be back at 7 o'clock for our flagship show. A lot of preview fights to do. Yo, we got to preview Canelo Fielding. Does Fielding make it to the 12th round? Do I smell a bet on there? Is there a way to make some ching on Fielding? Or is Jesse Hart and Gilberto Ramirez the fight to watch? And that's a Friday night. We're going to be doing a live fight chat. I mean, my man Mike said he wants to do it. I want to do it. We want to see, has Hart been able to make the necessary changes? But, I'll see you in a few hours. We talk a little more in depth on the flagship show. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Instagram, Twitter, NestGTO.
Cool. And you can find me at Ron G FIQ. And if you guys enjoy these questions, and you felt like you had questions to ask, and you want to pretty much get your thoughts in, sign over to Patreon, because this will help with the camp lives. This will also give you an opportunity to always be able to submit questions, so Nestor Gibbs can do a great job answering these questions and sneak in more when it's necessary to get all your questions answered. What up, Mike?
And be sure to be sure to tune in tonight to the show, because we got a packed panel. I'm talking about, we got Mike, we got Matt, we got Fighter IQ, we got Ness, we got Danny. I mean, we got Mario. We got a stacked panel tonight. So if you want to hear a lot of different personalities and a lot of guys go at it, be sure to tune in tonight, guys. There's nothing else on. Is there? Well, there's a football game on. I mean, hopefully we can hurry up. What are we doing, man? Why are we playing shit through my shit? We don't play shit doing your shit. Come on, homie. God,
that must have been Ron with his sound.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. Yeah, I'm fucking emotional right now, man.
Why you emotional, B?
I don't know, bro. I'm just
talking emotional, B.
All right, bro. But yeah, definitely tune in tonight at 7 o'clock, man, on the backup channel. Nestor Gibbs. Sign up. Subscribe.
Back.
Like it.
See ya. Peace.
Peace.
Touche.